skitty. I am Queen G22 and you are now in the Lioness Den. Ninja Turtles gaming, geek stuff, and travel. That's your vibe. Hello. Today we are going to talk about our top 5, well, that's 10, but top 5 Ninja Turtle games of all time. How we rank our top 5. Now this is based on our opinions and our opinions only, right? I do want to put out this little disclaimer, but I'll put that out in just a second. Before we get started, I want to reintroduce, if you do not know, this is my brother. Be like Black Mike 5. It's a lot of B's. It's too much.
Rolls off the tongue, right?
That's what she said. Michael, please. Please.
Okay, so we're gonna do our top 5. I've introduced you. Oh, and what I wanted to say was, if you're into Ninja Turtles gaming and geek stuff, he also does that. So I'm gonna put his Instagram handle down below. He does not have a YouTube channel just yet, but if you like anything that he says in this video, give him a follow. He'd really much appreciate it, right?
Nobody follows me, they don't like it.
They didn't like what you said. So I have a few Ninja Turtle games, just a few, complete in box, and I'm gonna quickly go through them, and then we're gonna talk about our top 5. So I'm just gonna grab them, and then we're gonna just keep it moving. So the first one that I have, which I don't know why I picked this one first, is Turtles Mutant Warriors. Now this is actually a Super Famicom game, and I believe this is their version of Tournament Fighters, which is cool. I think a lot of us are a fan of Tournament Fighters. If you peeped my video a little while ago when I found out that the Ninja Turtles are not ninjas, they are actually heroes in different parts of the world. So I have Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles to the arcade game, which this is pretty cool, right? We've got the Manhattan Project, which is sealed and graded, a 7.0, something I'm happy with, and a game that I played very often. I enjoyed it. Turtles 2, the arcade game, the American version, probably a lot of people's one of their top 5 favorite games, maybe. Tournament Fighters for Super Nintendo. Now, I do not have Tournament Fighters for Nintendo just yet. I am in the market for it.
Good luck.
The way that my bank account is right now, we're working on it. I went to Torg, and my Sega friends persuaded me to get Tournament Fighters for Sega Genesis. Cannot forget the original Ninja Turtle games, 7.0. This was the game that probably put a lot of us in depression at a young age.
What are you gonna say? I'm still mad.
A favorite that we all know, Turtles in Time. Why is this game not graded? It's not graded because I think that my cover is a fake. So it's fine because I enjoy playing original hardware. Maybe one day I'll get a graded version. The original Ninja Turtles game for Famicom. Hyperstone Heist for you Sega fans. This is a game that I did not play. I am not a Sega fan. I did not own a Sega, but I bought it because I am a Turtle fan. And it looks like Turtles in Time for Super Famicom, which is pretty cool. I do have a Super Famicom, but I have not played this yet. I'm assuming it's pretty much the same. I did recently go out and purchase, well, not recently, I pre-ordered it right away when they announced it. I do have the Cowabunga collection for the Nintendo Switch. And the reason why a lot of you are here is because you saw my video on Shredder's Revenge. So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for GameCube and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 also for GameCube. I believe I had another game for GameCube, but
maybe I took it. I don't know.
Things happen, right? Okay, so that is what I have. I do have Fall of the Foot Clan on its way, complete in box, and Back to the Sewers, complete in box, on its way to me right now. I do not have Radical Rescue. I am looking for that and hope to soon add that to my collection. So now that we've kind of got an idea of what I'm working with, let's start with our top 5 ranked Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games of all time. I'm gonna let Be Like Black Mike 5 go first with his 5th favorite Ninja Turtle game of all time.
So my 5th favorite game, kind of hard to choose, but I came in with TMNT on the GameCube. I think that was one of the first games where it wasn't like an old school retro style one. It was like one of the newer. I kind of like.
It wasn't TMNT based off the 2007
the movie. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There you go. So it was, 3D side scroller, beat 'em up. It was very fun. I enjoyed playing it a lot. I think after I'd gotten a PlayStation and kind of went on after that, I kind of fell into like an RPG world, so I didn't really play a lot of games like that. So it was really refreshing to come back to a game that was strictly beat 'em up. That was.
Oh, so you're not like going over like, I don't remember that game. I mean, I remember seeing the cover, but I don't remember playing that game. So that game is not based upon on a map. It's just a straight side-scrolling.
But it's like 3D, but yeah, just go through and you're just spreading cheeks left and right. It was a fun game. I had a good time playing it. Yeah, that's definitely one of the memorable ones for me.
Yeah, that game is not.
I said PlayStation 2. I think it was PlayStation era. I can't remember.
You don't remember which console?
Well, it was for the GameCube. It was just kind of like when I fell into the RPG world. I think kind of started in actually PlayStation. So
PlayStation, right? Yeah. Okay.
So kind of like I left and then I came back.
I think that's a good one to start with. I don't remember that game. That game is unmemorable to me. I'm sure that I played it, maybe not as long as I should have because it was removed from me.
It was yours. I know where I found it.
Right? Stole my game. Stay tuned to see if I ever get that game back. So, okay, that's a good number 5. Now, my 5th game is actually, don't give me any slack. Don't give me any slack. But I rank Shredder's Revenge of one of my top 5 Ninja Turtle games of all time. Now, hear me out. I know you're like, really? It's kind of based off of all the original games, right? But I love the way that they put this game together.
It's a great game.
It is a great game. It's fun. It's one of those games that you can play forever, right? Even after you beat it a billion times. I love how they incorporated a lot of the old school stuff and threw it in this game as like little Easter eggs and little like tributes to our original game. There's so many like Easter egg stuff, right? And plus they're still adding DLCs. We get to play with Karai and Usagi. I love it. And I think they did such a good job paying homage to all the original games that it is one of my top 5 favorite Ninja Turtle games of all time. How about your number 4?
Number 4 coming in for me is a Super Nintendo version of Tournament Fighter. So I remember growing up beating your ass in this game.
I don't recall that part.
Time. This is when we like fell in love with Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. So it really was a good era of like a fighting game, but it was fun to have that in a Ninja Turtle version. I've tried to play this game recently. It's hard as hell.
It's gotta be, right?
Yeah, it's hard as hell. I think I got to stage 2.
And
I was like, you know what? I could be doing other things with my time. But, you know, there's a lot of great memories. It was a good game. It was a good fighting games. It was all the moves list. Everyone had their own special moves. I mean, I will never, ever forget this game. I might take this home with me and put this with the other game that I took from you.
No.
So, hard number 4, Tournament Fighters. Great game.
That's a good choice. It is. So, just question. I'm not saying if it's in part of our ranks or not, but did you play or do you remember playing the Nintendo version?
No.
No. Yeah.
I think I found out today there was a Nintendo version. I was like, oh shit.
That's true. Okay, that's a good number 4. So my number 4 is a game that I don't have yet, but it is on the way. I literally purchased it like a few days ago, complete in box. That's what I was looking for, and that is Fall of the Foot Clan. Now, if you followed my content, you know that I had the Game Gear and he had the Game Boy. So I actually did not play Fall of the Foot Clan until I was an adult.
I still have my Game Boy. Where's your Game Gear?
My Game Gear is still being modded. I'm waiting for it to get back. Yeah, it's cream now. Yeah, I played it as an adult and for the first time, and it is one of those, I mean, it's a Game Boy game, side-scrolling, you know, beat 'em up, but it's fun. It's simple enough, it's not stressful, and it's easy enough where you can like just take that game literally, you know, with you and play it forever even after you beat it. So hopefully in one of these videos soon I'll be doing an unboxing of my Fall of the Foot Clan, but that is going to be my number 4 game. All right, so moving on. What is your 3rd favorite Ninja Turtle game of all time?
Shredder's Revenge. Ladies and gents.
Why?
Demigods, whatever you are.
He copies.
This is such a good freaking game. I mean, still today, I have a lot of fun playing this game. Just like she mentioned before, it's awesome how they incorporated like the old style with like new technology. I love the online player where you just jump on with random people and some of them suck and some of them aren't. But it doesn't matter, you play the same levels, it's always different. And then with the new DLCs, with the time warps and all that, whatever the dimensions, you know, it just adds another fun aspect to this game. I mean, I think they did an awesome job at what we expected when we heard about it and what they were trying to do with this game. You know, realistically, we're gonna be playing this game for decades. There's no reason not to. So there's only small reasons why I would not rank it higher, which I can talk about, you know, when I talk about my top 2 games.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I would rank it higher if it didn't.
Whatever the certain things
Yeah,
are. But I mean, still coming out, I mean, what shit, we waited this game for over a year, right, when they announced it. And I just want to say, we waited over a year. Like, I took the day off from work, from life, and when this game finally released, it was perfect, right? Yeah, it was definitely worth the wait. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, we played all day. It was great. Beat it a billion times, not perfectly, but yeah, Dotemu, you guys did a fantastic job. It's funny because we're basically just flip-flopping, but my number 3 game is going to be Tournament Fighters for Super Nintendo. Now, his story could be a little, you know,
accurate,
off or accurate. I do recall getting my ass whooped in this game quite often, actually, yes. I would play with Donatello, he would play with Leonardo, but the fact that we had the Ninja Turtles in a Street Fighter type of game was just like the coolest thing. I did play this game on Nintendo. It was even harder for me. So definitely the Super Nintendo version is my favorite. And Donatello was kind of dope, right? Because he still had that reach with the bow staff. I thought that, yeah, it's a bow staff. His moves, I mean, this was a good set of moves. Like, I thought that they did a really good job putting the game together and then being able to fight the villains in this type of combat style. I just thought it was great. So this will always be in one of my top 5 favorite Ninja Turtle games of all time.
All right, coming in at number 2 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. Man, I'm sorry. Every time we saw this game at an arcade, we just had to play it, right?
This game is a must play.
I don't know how my parents aren't broke.
Yeah. Oh, the amount of quarters
that took to play this game. You know, it's still hard, still challenging today. I played today and I'm just like, man, I need all the continues, but it was so fun. I mean, it's just, you knew what was going to happen next with all the levels, and still, it was challenging. It's still challenging. I mean, there's just a lot of good memories coming from this game.
And this is Nintendo, so did we play this game with like Game Genie and stuff like that?
Oh yeah,
did we have tricks for this?
That was the only way to survive. Yeah.
Back then, right?
I mean, you have it here. I think you have a version that I gave you or that I found.
Oh yeah.
Nintendo, probably all rusted out because it was sitting in the shed for so long. Oh, the Game Genie. Don't you have the cartridge?
Oh, the Game Genie cartridge?
No, the cartridge game for this. Yeah, so this is the original out-of-the-box Nintendo game that we actually played with. Again, that I found in a shed, so this thing is probably not doing too well.
Yeah, I've been working on cleaning it, yeah. But I have to wait for my Nintendo to get back.
Flashback right there. This game right here, it's still fun to play. Again, I can't go to an arcade, even nowadays, 2024, where they have like arcade bars, like especially here where we live, you know, they have this game. I have to stop, I have to play it. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna play it very long because I'm gonna die real quick, but it doesn't matter. Like, this game, dear to my heart, it's a good game. I don't know, I get goosebumps whenever I see this game, whenever I talk about it.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I even had to have like the poster.
Yeah.
You can hold on to that game because actually that is my number 2 game as well. And what I wanted to say is, I know that, you know, there's a different variety of all types of gamers. And what I know for myself as a gamer, when I'm picking my top 5, for me, my top 5 was actually based on emotion, right? When I think of my top 5 games, I think about it transported me back into a time where I was just like all smiles. Right? And this game is one of those games. Dude, we would play this game so much. We would wake up before school started, sneak down and play this game before we had to go to school. We would try to play before we went to bed.
We would wake up, hopefully our parents are watching this. We would wake up after they go to sleep, wake up and come play this game.
And play that game. Our parents used to take us to like this local pizzeria place. It was called Rico's Pizza. They had this game on arcade. As soon as we got there, if there was somebody there, we would just stand there, you know, and wait until they were done. Like, this game brings back a lot of good memories of my childhood, and it's one of the reasons why it's ranked number 2 for me as well. And I'm sure a lot of you gamers also too feel emotions when you think about games that are in your top whatever of all time. But yeah, this one is legendary.
This is
right?
a legendary game. This set the tone for like side-scrolling games for me.
It
Where it's
did.
Just like the love for it. Yeah, right here.
All right, so that was my number 2 as well, so let's move on.
Coming in at number 1.
All right, this is going to be your favorite Ninja Turtle game of all time. Of all time. This is the number 1 game.
Yep.
Okay, tell us.
One.
I swear to God, it better not be my game.
It probably is because you can't deny it.
Boom!
Turtles in Time.
Nice, good pick.
Now this game right here, again.
We might be related.
Played this a fucking lot. I still play it a lot today. Another game where you see it at an arcade, you're like, I have to play that game. If I'm trying to introduce people into like a fun retro game, this is a game that I'm always gonna pick. It's like Turtles 2 the arcade, but on crack, right?
Yeah.
Or steroids, whatever you use. It's just so much better. Graphics are better. You know, the gameplay is better. I mean, it just, again, a lot of memories. So going back to like Shredder's Revenge, that game probably would have been number 1. But
Okay.
we come back to why it's not number 1 is the memories that I have with this game.
Sure.
And I still continue to create memories with this game. I will always play it. I'm glad to have it in some form. Again, go to arcades. I'm gonna play this game. This is a damn good game.
It is a good game.
Damn good game. And actually, and if you look at like the gameplay and the graphics and you realize that this is on Super Nintendo, you're like, damn, that's pretty damn good.
That is
right?
pretty damn
Like,
good,
maybe
right?
I would expect
Well,
this
because
to be
the
on a
graphics
PlayStation. Yeah,
they are still good.
they're
Like,
still good. Like,
if this game came out today, I would still be like, ooh, this is a good looking
good
game.
game. Right, exactly. So number one, always Turtles in Time.
I feel you on that. So like I said, we might be related, but those of you that have been following me for a while, you know this is not just my favorite Ninja Turtle game of all time, this is my favorite game of all time. And I mean, this game did so much differently that we hadn't done before. Do you remember the first time playing this game and you had to grab the foot soldiers and throw him at the screen?
Yeah.
Right? That was,
That was
like so cool at the time, right? We had never played a game that did anything like that, and it was just like mind-boggling just how, I think at that time we thought that game was so far ahead of its time. We were just like,
they're never gonna do better than this. Never gonna be better than this.
Never gonna be better than this.
Nope.
And so, yeah, not only do I think this is just a cool game because the turtles actually go back in time and then you travel back and then you get to the Technodrome and you do all that kind of stuff, but same with Turtles 2. Dude, this game was just one of those games that him and I would play together all the time. If we saw it, we were like, oh, we have to play that game. And so this game has all the best memories, and there is not one turtle game that you can put in front of me today and it could be amazing and that I would feel that it's a better game than this strictly because of the joy and the memories that this game brings me, right? This game was just so cool. And we were doing other cool stuff, dude. We were on hoverboards and stuff, you know, fighting people. I mean, we had never done anything like this. This game, I just think, is amazing, and that's why it'll be. It was just awesome. So yeah, this game also for me is my #1 favorite Ninja Turtle game of all time.
Another phrase. Ooh, shell shock.
That shit that we still say today, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we'll still say that. Yeah, it's dope. So that is going to be our top 5 favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games of all time. Let us know in the comments, do you relate to any of these games? And also let us know, what are your top 5 favorite Ninja Turtle games of all time? You have any closing remarks?
No, for whatever reason you haven't played this game, go find it, play it.
I'm Queen G22.
Be like Black Mike 5.
Hold up, you know you can't leave yet. We have to do our subscriber shoutouts. So if you're new to my channel, I like to play a game with my viewers, and it's called That's What She Said, and it is because I adore the show The Office so much that I incorporate Michael Scott's favorite saying, "That's what she said," in almost every single video. But there are times that I'll make a comment and I won't call it out, and if my viewers call it out and it's good enough, I'll give you a shout out on my next video. In order to be considered for a shout out, you have to do 3 things. You have to 1, say what I said, 2, timestamp it, and 3, say that's what she said. So first off, I want to say nice job, everyone. I appreciate the participation, but I'm just going to say I think the video before we came out so hard, that's what she said. You know, we were a little lacking this video. And not that you didn't try, it was just I feel like we were really reaching for the stars on this one. So I only have one shout out today, and that shout out goes to Mega P12IM3. Nice job and welcome back. And this is what this person thought should have been. That's what she said. You can also beat that ass if it's necessary.
That's what she said. Michael, please. Please.
That one was kind of hard to miss, right? Yeah, but nobody else called it out. So nice job. And nice job, everyone. Again, I appreciate the participation. I'm Queen G22.